Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your host, Delano, on the Fan Wire Podcast. We're doing a late night recap of the Washington Mystics versus the Minnesota Lynx. The Washington Mystics went all the way up to Minnesota, and they played a very tough game. So, this is your trusted voice for Washington Mystic content, and we're jumping right into it. All right. So, you got the Washington Mystics. Like I said, they really tried really hard. They tried hard. They kept it close. They just didn't have enough to get it done. The team is trying to figure out who they are at this point with new additions and the departure of key players, right? So Brittany Sykes is not playing with the team anymore, traded. So this is the first opportunity to see Alicia Clark play. And this is going to be interesting going forward. I think it's going to take about 4 or 5, maybe 6 games until they really start to just figure out who they are and become comfortable in the new things that they're doing. All right. So let's run through it, and then we'll give a recap of the new additions to the squad. All right. So again, Minnesota Lynx beat us 80-76. Right. The Minnesota Lynx is red hot this season. They're now 26-5 on the season, and they played this game without their star player in Napheesa Collier. Right. Probably gonna be the MVP this season, but they still had enough to get it done. And the Mystics fall to 13-17, and we are 4-11 when we're not at home. So we haven't played good on the road at all this entire season. All right, but let's jump into it. All right, so Sonia Citron had 26 points. The rookie, Sonia in the city. Sister efficiency was spot on tonight, right? Shot 9 of 12 from the field, 4-6 from the free throw. I think she really could have got 6 for 6 from the free throw because she's just that good of a shooter. And then on top of that, she was 4 or 5 from 3. Killing. Just killing. So we also got to look at other key contributors where you got Kiki Iriafen. Kiki Iriafen had 9 rebounds, along with, let's see here, 12 points. So the rookies are doing their thing, right? Shakira Austin started off red hot, red hair on fire, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, but then it's like she lost steam. So we got to get her back pumping and rocking like she was been rocking this whole entire season. But I know it's difficult for her at this moment because Shakira Austin was very, very close to Brittany Sykes and to Aaliyah Edwards. And by having their departure, I think it's really taking a toll on her. But she's going to work it out. She a professional. She a dog. She just got to get through this moment here, right? Ain't worried about it. So that was pretty much the key contributors for the Washington Mystics. So now let's talk about the Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx, they were playing bully ball from the very beginning. They was trying to punch us in the mouth, trying to punk us. And we took their best shot, and we still kept it close. But in the very beginning of the game, they were very, very physical with the Washington Mystics. And we took their best punches, right? But again, Alana Smith has killed us all season. All season. She had 25 points, along with 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And, it reminded me of, I believe it was like the first game they played us this season, where she ended up having 26 points, 5 rebounds, a very similar stat line. And it's just like, yo, we ain't had no answers for her. None. Alana Smith is 6'4", 180, can run, shoot, defend. She's tough. And definitely tough against the Washington Mystics. Now that I ain't happy about it. We got to figure something out when it comes to guarding these type of players, right? All right. So Kayla McBride had 11 points, 4 assists. Well, actually, let me double back real quick about Alana Smith. Alana Smith had 25 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and shot the ball extremely well. 10 of 15 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. And she's 6'4". That's pretty much a center. But she's playing like small forward. Every team needs someone with those capabilities. Yeah. But anyway, Kayla McBride, all-star, had 11 points, 4 assists, and a rebound. Shot the ball, was very efficient. However, there was a scare at the very beginning of the game. Let's say about 24, 26 seconds into the game, took a nasty little collision, and she had to be helped off of the court. So it wasn't looking good for her. It was looking like that might have been the end of her night that quick. But she came back in the game, and she was tough. She was extremely tough. She didn't shoot a whole lot, but she was effective, right? Courtney Williams, 14 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. Courtney Williams was Courtney Williams. One half of the stud buds, right? And the new addition to the Minnesota Lynx, Dejanay Carrington, 12 points off of the bench. 2 rebounds, 2 steals. She played great defense. And she is a spark plug off of the bench for Minnesota. The crowd was rocking. Once coach pointed out, like, hey, come on, get in this game, the crowd went crazy. So that is going to be a great pickup for Minnesota as they go forward. Especially if she can give that type of energy off of the bench. Tough. Napheesa Hydeman, the other half of the stud buds, 7 points, 2 assists. And, this was a very, very competitive game. But let me talk about Alicia Clark, the new addition to the Washington Mystics. She came in and tried her best. She was a little slower, as in the ability to run the floor than I expected, than I really envisioned. And but she gave good minutes, 3 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. And a lot of fans are not going to like this type of stat line and production for being traded for Brittany Sykes, an all-star. But the money had to match. And that was most likely the best trade deal we could get, where we was able to get a draft pick back. So sometimes you got to pull the trigger and just live with the trade, right? Because the main thing was to get that number 1 pick, or a first round pick. Let me say that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. See what Alicia Clark is able to do going forward. But my thing is, when JC Sheldon comes, then we can definitely have somebody that can shoot off the bench or plug her into the starting lineup. Because Lucy Alston is a good guard off of the bench for us this year, especially down the stretch now. Hit 2 big 3-pointers. But, you know, we needed somebody to really orchestrate the offense and get it going. And today, Jade Milburn got that call. But the thing about Jade Milburn is she can be out of control sometimes. Well, a lot of the times. I call her little Sonic the Hedgehog because she be gone. She be gone. But the thing is she gonna crash out in the midst of taking off. So she didn't score, but she got 3 assists. So yeah, it'll be interesting with Jade as the point guard for the rest of the season. But what we can always do is we can put Sugg back at the point guard, right? Because the team is more, I think, runs more efficiently when Sugg is at the 1, and then bring in J.C. Sheldon and put her at the 2. I think that will be the best lineup for us, and then Jay can give that spark off of the bench, right? I think that's the way to go. Big Mama Stephanie Dawson had 8 points, had a very good night, 3 of 3, 2 from the 3, and got 4 strong rebounds. I was excited to see Big Mama down there getting rebounds because typically she is a stretch 5. She just gets out there, pretty much shoots that 3, set those picks, and that's about it. But, yeah. And let me also do this for anyone that watched and missed the games. And maybe you missed this game. When I say Alicia Clark is kind of slow-footed, I think that Big Mama Stephanie Dawson is faster running down the floor than Alicia Clark. Yeah. So some of the fans are not going to like this. They're not. They I'm sure they are on Twitter, in these Facebook groups, and they are going ham right now. They probably hand up some stuff right now. But that's pretty much the deal. And let's see here. We do got a comment here from Summer Breeze. I'm tired of the Mystics losing. Hey, you might have to get used to this because it's going to be a tough second stretch of the season. I don't think we're going to get too many more wins this season. But that's strategic because that means that we're going to get a higher draft pick. And yeah, we appreciate you, Summer Breeze, for tuning in. And Uncle Weeze, yeah, I agree. It's just the process. We just got to take one game at a time and just know that on the other end of the process, it's going to be all right. It'll be all well worth it. We're going to forget all this that we're going through right now. Yeah. So, Uncle Weeze and Summer Breeze, what did you think about Alicia Clark's first game? And she did hit a 3-pointer. She did hit a 3. So, that's a good thing. So, what do you guys think about Alicia Clark? And hey, Uncle Weezer, I agree. Kiki is tough. She down there getting a thing, but she got to work on those turnovers because those turnovers, that 12 points she had should have been probably 15 to 17 points. Yeah. You got to work on that. And I'm happy that she only had 3 fouls today. I'm happy about that because she can go on those foul streaks and get a lot of fouls. So yeah, I'm happy that they fought hard. They didn't go down with the knockout punches that Minnesota tried to throw at them in the first quarter. Try to take their heart. They played tough. They played tough. JC Sheldon was with the team as well. But of course, coach's decision kept her out the game. You know, got to get her acclimated. Got to get her hip to these plays. Right? Get her in tune to what the Washington Mystics got going on. But expect to see her on Sunday against the Dallas Wings. So yeah, get ready. Yeah, this was a good game. We'll see what happens as we go forward. Hey, we thank everybody for tuning in. And again, the Minnesota Lynx took out the Washington Mystics 80-76. It looked bad in the first quarter. It looked like Washington was going to get them out the way, 22-15, and then things just took a turn. So yeah, again, the Minnesota Lynx without Napheesa Collier, the All-Star, future MVP most likely, took out the Washington Mystics 80-76. So yeah, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure that you follow the FanWire podcast on all of your social media platforms. We thank everybody for tuning in on YouTube, on Twitch. We thank everybody for tuning in. And again, this is your host, Delano, your trusted voice for Washington Mystic content. Hey, we will catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all take it easy. We out of here. Gone.